It's easy to forget that Jason Day was the #1 player in the world as recently as February 2017. The Australian then drifted downwards, enduring a testing year as injuries and other issues prevented him from producing his best golf. He bounced back in style though, winning the recent Farmers Insurance Open, and now looks ready to make up for lost time.
Injuries and what happened with my mother, and then other things, and just really kind of struggling off course was tough, and it really got to me last year. And saying that, I just knew that this year was going to be a lot better. I knew that I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'm going to get this year out of my way, and I'm going to focus on 2018. And as soon as I had the time off, I got myself mentally prepared to come out and work as hard as I can, find that desire again to want to be the best and be #1, and it's worked out so far this year. But you know, to be the best, you have to be selfish, and there has to be sacrifice to be #1, or trying to get to #1. There has to be sacrifice somewhere. And it's hard to be balanced, you know, in parts of your life sometimes when you're giving your whole life to the actual sport. And you know, when I feel balanced off course, you know, when there's no stress off course, it comes into my game and makes life a lot easier on the golf course.
Jason's 20-month winless streak ended in dramatic fashion at Torrey Pines at the end of January. It took a 6-hole playoff for him to finally get the better of Alex Noren, but he'd already felt a significant change in his game that week on the California links.
I can feel when momentum's switching on the golf course. I was talking about that, you know, earlier this year at Torrey. You know, the first round, you're sitting there, you're like, okay, get off, and I think you're 1 under through 5 or 6 holes. You know, I'm like, I just knew something was going to happen. I'm like, I just sat there and I said the momentum's starting to switch the other way. And that's when I talked to Tiger about momentum, and he's like, you just got to find a way to get it in the hole. I'm like, okay, thanks, man. Saying that, you definitely can feel it. Like I felt at the start of this year, I felt like I was going to come out and play well. And I did, which was great. So I just got to kind of bear down right now and just keep pushing and grinding away, because, you know, I don't want this to stop. I want the success to keep moving forward.
Like most golf fans, Jason has enjoyed watching the return to form of long-term friend and childhood idol Tiger Woods. The difficulties faced by Woods certainly resonate with the Australian, with both men looking to get back to the top of the game after dealing with health issues.
I've been injured a couple of times, and I felt like my career's over, and I got really depressed, and like I said, I felt like my world was going to end. And I think that's kind of where he was at after a couple of surgeries in with his back, and it wasn't kind of healing the way it wanted to. And then finally he had this fusion in his back. And, you know, for him to be able to come back, it doesn't surprise me, because it is Tiger. But saying that, like, I mean, not too long ago, we were talking about Tiger and the chipping yips. You know what I mean? And he's out Valspar nearly chipping every chip in. I mean, it's just unbelievable where his short game has come, how far his swing has come. I said after, you know, the practice round at Torrey Pines this year on Tuesday there, I said he's going to win this year. I don't know when it was, and he almost did it at Valspar, which is pretty amazing.
A lot's been said about fan behaviour recently on the PGA Tour, with some players openly criticising heckling gallery members. Tiger Woods attracts the rowdiest crowds of them all, but when Day played with Tiger at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, he says he enjoyed the highly charged atmosphere.
I think Rory's comment about you know how it you know, I don't know how many shots he said that he gave up playing. I think it's the opposite. I think he actually feeds off that. You know what I mean? I think he feeds off that crowd, and I think it actually helps him. More so than hurts him. But I mean, everyone has a different opinion, but I think that's mine, because I mean, you look at Tiger through the years in his, you know, successes of winning a tournament, and he's fist pumping and he's high-fiving and he's going hard at it. I mean, and he hears that. I mean, who doesn't want to hear "Let's go, Jason" from both sides of the fairway, or "Let's go, Tiger"? You know what I mean? Everyone loves hearing that. sometimes you're new to it and you're kind of a little bit shocked by it, but after a while you get used to it and you start feeding off that, the vibe of what the crowd's doing. So I think it definitely helps.